Snacks meals in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people are like, oh.
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really would be
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome back to another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right? So who we got here? All right, we got Mamad Lynn, we got Vanderveer, we got Miss Gardner. Of course, together we break chains. We got Kia, we got Monica, Miss Gardner, Lynn, Alice Morris, Venetia CR, VJBD. We got everybody in the building. Bodacious Lady, Kia, Susie Davis Jones, Life with the Leonard Family, Vanderveer, Life with the Leonard Family. I said that. KK, Nichelle Poindexter, not Poindexter, Dominique, Cocoa Butter Barbie, Netta24, everyone else in the chat. Hello. You guys know that, I got to get this shit together. I got to get this document, that document. I got to make sure all my shit is right. And then I did a cute little new intro for y'all for this People's Court, Sweet Pea's Court, for Tasha K versus Cardi B lawsuit update. We are here with another update. Now, last week we had an update where each side, they had submitted their motions in limines, and what those are basically telling the judge and the court what they want to allow in as evidence, what they want to be as admissible, and what they want to be inadmissible. Cardi B, she wants certain things out, certain things in. Tasha wants certain things out, certain things in. So we went over those documents. Well, each side has now responded to each one's motion in limine. So Cardi B is responding to Latasha's. Latasha's is responding to Cardi B's. And each one is arguing to the judge why he should dismiss, their claims. So basically, that's how things go. One side will submit, their motion in limines or whatever motions, and then it's the job of the opposing side to rebuttal why they think the judge should not grant their wishes. Okay? So we're going to go over these because in doing so, we got some information that has probably, nobody really knew. We all questioned and we all kind of suspected. But the Kebes have admitted to not paying taxes on Kebe Studios. They have admitted that Kebe Studios is a part of them. They don't separate that business out from themselves. Well, we knew that. We knew that already. But Tasha was always online talking about she is a whole business. Well, honey, the tax evasion that Cardi B and her attorneys were alluding to, they said, we didn't say anything about tax evasion. Y'all said the shit. In your deposition, Sheck, in his deposition, he's the one that said they never paid taxes. So Cardi B and her team said, we didn't point this out. Y'all did. And even through all of this, now, Tasha, you saw me getting ready to go live. Earlier today, the Neighborhood Talk posted Cardi B, celebrating her 6th week. She done gave birth. She gave birth to the baby boy, and she ain't been getting none from Offset. You got to lay low for 6 weeks. So she's celebrating that, her and Offset must have did the do. They broke that sabbatical. And here's Tasha K in the goddamn comments trolling that couple. Your ass is being sued. Your ass is being dragged. Your ass is being taken for all you got, and you are still dragging this girl. I said, Tasha, you need to explain to the people why your ass has committed tax evasion, why you have not filed taxes under Kebe Studios since its inception in 2018. We need to know that. We need to know why you have not filed taxes. So instead of trolling Cardi B, we need to know why you have not filed taxes. 6 weeks is up, and damn, Offset, I missed you. Tasha K, that nigga got a second phone and a few fill-ins. Last 4 digits, 1614. I hope the paperwork clean. I said, unwind with Tasha K. You need to worry about why you ain't paid taxes. Girl, you are worried about the wrong things. Transrena, Cardi done tore your ass up in court. You are so worried about this girl and her life. You are so obsessed with this couple. I've never seen a person that is in a lawsuit in court, has an active court case with someone, you being sued for defamation, and you are still trolling Cardi B on social media. And all they're doing, as usual, screenshotting it and taking a screenshot and sending it and adding it to the files, adding it as evidence. I'm pretty sure we'll see that added as evidence, added as an exhibit so they can use in court come November 9th. Jury selection starts on November 8th, and the court case is scheduled to start on the 9th. The next day after that. Now they have a pre-trial meeting that day, though. I did notice that there's been a update entered on the docket and entered in Pacer that they actually have a pre-trial meeting at 9:30. So I don't know what that means. Maybe they'll have a little meeting. They'll have a little discussion, and they might not even have a jury trial. They may not even have a trial. They might reach they might reach a settlement. They might come to a decision during that meeting. So they have a pre-trial meeting prior to the start of the trial on November 9th at 9:30 in the judge's chamber. So yeah. So let's get started. Let's pick apart these court documents. So we all know that, like I said, each side filed a motion in limine. Now, this is Tasha K's response to Cardi B's motion in limine. And as I told you before, what a motion in limine is basically stating what they want to be admissible and what evidence they want it to be not admissible. So, defendant's response to plaintiff's motion in limine. Come now, defendants Tasha Kebe and Kebe Studios, LLC, by and through undersigned counsel, and file defendant's response to plaintiff's motion in limine as follows. Evidence related to Kebe's dismissed counterclaims. So, Tasha is agreeing with the plaintiff that any evidence pertaining solely to Kebe's counterclaims or the fact that there were counterclaims is irrelevant and inadmissible. However, in asking the court to exclude a plethora of relevant evidence, plaintiff fails to understand that certain evidence can be used for multiple purposes. For example, evidence that plaintiff made threats to Kebe and other bloggers is relevant because it goes to show plaintiff's real motive for filing this lawsuit. It has always been the defendant's position that the plaintiff filed this lawsuit as a way to retaliate against Kebe for publishing stories about the plaintiff because plaintiff historically hates negative press, regardless of truth or falsity, and has on multiple occasions made threats to bloggers who report on her. Motive is relevant and highly probative to the defense in this case and is not outweighed by any slight prejudice the plaintiff may experience. CID, plaintiff alleges that this evidence is unauthenticated, but it is plaintiff's messages and posts, so they will be introduced into evidence during plaintiff's testimony. So now Tasha is saying they need to see the evidence that shows Cardi B ranting and raving about this lawsuit, anything that has to do with her real motive, which Tasha believes is retaliation for Tasha publishing stories that were negative about Cardi B because they were negative press. It portrayed Cardi B in a negative light. No, ma'am, that is not why you were being sued. You were being sued for defamation because you lied and said that this woman had HPV, herpes, she cheated on her husband, and she put a beer bottle up her private. It is a delusion for me that you would even try to insinuate that you gave negative press, so Cardi B sued you for negative press. No, ma'am, that is absolutely false. Grabbing at straws, lying in the middle of a goddamn lawsuit. Lying when all the evidence prior, all the videos have shown that you are being sued for defamation. Tasha, at this fucking moment, if you don't know what you are being sued for, child, you deserve to lose. At this moment and at this moment in time where we are and where we find ourselves with this lawsuit, you should know what you are being sued for. You are being sued for defamation. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. You lied on Cardi B. Plaintiff requests that evidence of her gang affiliation be excluded as improper character evidence pursuant to Federal Rule Evidence 404. However, plaintiff placed her character in issue when she filed claims for defamation, invasion of privacy, false light, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Now, how are you going to now, right here in this sentence, now admit that you're being sued for defamation, invasion of privacy, false light, and intentional infliction of emotional distress when you just said you're being sued because Cardi B did not like the fact that you gave false press about her? Make it make sense. Contradiction. Second paragraph. Contradiction. Contradictory. However, plaintiff placed her character in issue when she filed claims for defamation, invasion of privacy, false light, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. For the jury to determine whether this plaintiff has been defamed, placed in a false light, or suffered severe emotional distress, the jury should hear evidence about the plaintiff's gang affiliations, because that is an extremely relevant part of who the plaintiff is, and plaintiff has never publicly denied her gang affiliations. In fact, plaintiff has made numerous posts and videos discussing her gang membership. Cardi wants that to be inadmissible. She doesn't think that her gang affiliations in the past has anything to do with this lawsuit. Tasha, of course, would want it to be entered because that's going to portray Cardi B in a negative light. That's going to make the jurors look at her. Oh, she's in gangs. She was a member of gangs. Oh, she ripping and raving, gang banging on the internet. Well, of course, Tasha would want that to be admissible, because anything that's going to portray Cardi B in a negative light, she would want that entered. I'm with Cardi B. Why would that mean anything? That has nothing to do with this lawsuit. Has nothing to do with you being defamed, your invasion of your privacy, portraying you in a false light, and intentionally inflicting emotional distress upon Cardi B. Her gang affiliations in the past have nothing to do with this lawsuit. Her being in a gang when she was in her teenage years, coming up in high school and early, late teenage, early adulthood, that has nothing to do with why Tasha K defamed her character. Tasha K made videos about Cardi B having monostat in her purse, saying that she had herpes, HPV, that she cheated on her husband, and she put a beer bottle up her private. That is not related to gang activity. None of that has anything to do with gangs. So why would that need to be admissible? Tasha K, again, you are grasping at straws. Anything to try to make Cardi B look bad. Of course you would want that entered. Anything to make her look bad, to, damage her character, portray her in a false light. Of course Tasha would want that entered. Allegations concerning plaintiff's pending criminal matter. One of plaintiff's themes in this case is that Kebe hates the plaintiff and has singled her out to harass her. To rebuke those completely false narratives, defendants do plan on presenting evidence that Kebe stood up for the plaintiff when the allegations which make up her criminal charges came out. In fact, Kebe published a video during which she explained that the alleged victims in plaintiff's criminal matter weren't telling the truth. If plaintiff opens the door by presenting evidence or testimony that Kebe hates plaintiff and harasses plaintiff, then defendants will present evidence to rebut those allegations. Otherwise, defendants do not plan on presenting evidence pertaining to plaintiff's pending criminal matters, as long as she does not open the door to this topic. So what they're saying is that allegations concerning Cardi B's pending criminal matter in the bar, with the bar fight with the two strippers, that whole situation that is currently pending in court, they are agreeing that it does have nothing to do with this case. It has nothing to do with it. However, they're saying that Tasha made, made a video previously where she is somewhat taken up for Cardi B and stated that her alleged victims in that criminal matter were not telling the truth. We're not going to talk about this pending criminal matter. However, if Cardi B were to open the door and present this evidence pertaining to her criminal matters, then we would have no choice but to talk about it and then rebut those allegations, is what they're saying. So they're saying as long as you don't say anything about it, we won't say anything about it either. Well, I don't understand that now here either, because if her pending criminal matter has nothing to do with this case, then why would the whole gang, being a gang member in the past, why would that have anything to do with this case? Make it make sense. Why would that have anything to do with it? It would seem to me that you would want to talk about her pending criminal matter. Why would you? Oh, because you didn't have anything negative to say about her with this. Because you want to try to make it look like you're not out to get her, you're not out to attack her. Bullshit, because you're on Instagram right now. Underneath her comment in the goddamn, and it's not even her comment, it's not even her post. Underneath a post about Cardi B, she's nowhere, she didn't post the shit. Under a post about Cardi B on the Neighborhood Talk, here comes Tasha K. Along comes Tasha motherfucking K. When you should be somewhere working on this goddamn lawsuit, working on your rebuttals, working on what you're going to say in testimony, working on what you're going to say in this pretrial hearing, in this pretrial meeting. Maybe you can get the shit handled prior to the goddamn trial that day. You need to be working with your lawyers and working on your case, as you should have been doing all these years. You wasted all this money, put out all this money, put out all these lies on social media just to be right here where you are right now, losing and lost. Done did lost. Messages by Star Marie Jones. Defendants agree that any evidence pertaining to Star Marie Jones is irrelevant and inadmissible. Defendants submitted a detailed argument about exclusion of evidence pertaining to Star Marie Jones in number 6 of defendants' motion in limine, and defendants incorporate that argument fully into their response here. They're basically saying messages by Star Marie Jones, they also agree that it is irrelevant and inadmissible, should not be admissible. Allegations of infidelity by the plaintiff's husband. One of plaintiff's allegations in her defamation claims pertains to allegations of infidelity. Unless the plaintiff is abandoning these allegations, evidence of infidelity between the plaintiff and her husband is extremely relevant to the issues in this case and therefore are admissible. Plaintiff cannot place an issue before the jury in her case and request this court to prohibit defendants from presenting a full defense against each of plaintiff's allegations. Cardi B did not allege that her husband cheated on her. Tasha K alleged that Offset was cheating on Cardi B. Cardi B has never stated that Offset was cheating on her, and she does not have any of that in her allegations. Her allegations are direct rebuttals to Tasha K's harassment and videos and defamation and lies that Tasha K spread in these videos. So anything that speaks of infidelity on Cardi B's part or Offset's part, it's in direct relation to Tasha K's allegations. So how can you say that Cardi B is presenting full defense against her own allegations of infidelity? She did not accuse herself of cheating on herself or accuse her husband of cheating on her in a lawsuit for defamation regarding Tasha K. That makes no sense. You, my dear, stated that Offset cheated. You stated that Cardi B cheated on Offset. You have said multiple times that the two of them cheat on each other. You are now, right now, on the Neighborhood Talk in their posts, still alluding that Offset cheats on Cardi B in a full-fledged lawsuit, and you are still on social media trolling. Still on social media trolling, saying that Offset cheats on Cardi B. Child, you want to lose. You already see, this is what I'm keep trying to tell y'all. Tasha already know that it's done. She already knows she's done for. She already knows she has lost. She knows she got to pay at least $75K. She know them videos got to come down. She knows she did not fill out them goddamn interrogatories correctly, right, period. She knows this. So now she like, fuck it. What can I lose? What I have not already lost already. What more can I fucking lose? Fuck it. I'ma troll this bitch. I done lost everything. I done lost my fucking clout. I done lost, my gusto. I done lost everything on YouTube. She's not trending. She ain't the talk of YouTube, the YouTube queen. Yeah, fucking right. Tasha K has went down severely, dramatically. She is not the end all and be all of these YouTube streets anymore. She is not the queen bee blogger anymore. So she know that she might as well just go out with a bang. She like, fuck it, I'm gonna troll this bitch because I know I have lost it all. Videos about plaintiff drugging and robbing men. Plaintiff alleges that Kebe defamed her by stating that plaintiff uses drugs and prostitutes. Plaintiff alleges that Kebe defamed her by stating that plaintiff uses drugs and prostitutes. The videos plaintiff identified in Exhibit E of her motion in limine are admissible because they are videos of plaintiff discussing drug use and prostitution, which plaintiff is now claiming are false allegations. Unless the plaintiff is abandoning these allegations, these videos are extremely relevant to the issues in this case and therefore are admissible. Additionally, plaintiff again raises an authentication argument. The videos plaintiff references are videos created and published by the plaintiff, which other users then republished on their own platforms. Defendants requested the originals of all the videos from plaintiff in discovery, which plaintiff refused to produce. Plaintiff argues that she did produce the original videos depicted in the clips, but that is not true. Now plaintiff is before the court claiming that these videos cannot be authenticated and shouldn't be admitted into evidence. Now basically, these videos, we all know that videos, like the judge even said, they can be chopped and they can be sliced and diced. When Cardi B was talking about drugging and prostitution and different things in these videos, we all know that Cardi used to do vines, she used to do skits. There was many different skits and vines that Cardi was doing referring to this. And as you know, she also played in that movie with Jennifer Lopez and them when they did that whole movie about the strippers that worked in the strip club and they were drugging men and taking their money, the rich men that would come to the strip clubs. So that could have been Cardi, portraying that role in that movie. It was a lot to do with vines and acting. That was not Cardi actually saying. It was not Cardi actually saying that she used drugs and drugged men and that she was a prostitute. She was on the set of that movie. She auditioned for that movie and she played in that movie. So if you guys don't know what you're talking about, you need to go back and you need to watch that movie and you need to do your investigation and your research, because Cardi used to do vines, she used to do reenactments, and she was auditioning for that movie role right around that time. Yes, Miss Magic, the movie Hustlers. So she could have been very much so talking about that movie role when they, showed those clips or wanted to point to those clips and saying that she was saying that she drugged men. No, she could have been referring to that movie. She could have been playing that part. She could have been discussing those roles that each of them played in that movie, because that is exactly what that movie is about. Drugging and robbing men in strip clubs. And they all came up, they was all rich, and then it all came crumbling down. It was based on a true story. But that still has nothing to do with the fact that Tasha K continued to make videos about Cardi B, stating that the woman had HPV, herpes, she cheated on her husband, and she put a beer bottle up her private. Even after being asked, could you stop talking about me in this light? Could you remove the videos? That has nothing to do with being asked to remove the videos and stop talking about me. But when you losing the case, when you ain't got shit else, when you ain't got nothing else to pull, you got to try to pull a rabbit out of a hat. I get it. You got to try to come up with something. Plaintiff's comments on social media. This request is similar as the request plaintiff made regarding her gang affiliation in paragraph A above. Plaintiff placed her character in issue when she filed claims of defamation, invasion of privacy, false light, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. In order for the jury to determine whether this plaintiff has been defamed, placed in a false light, or suffered severe emotional distress, the jury should hear evidence about plaintiff's interactions with people who are critical of her on social media, because that is an extremely relevant part of who plaintiff is. So when the jury is asked to determine whether this plaintiff has suffered severe emotional distress or whether this plaintiff has been painted in a false light, the jury must know that this plaintiff is affiliated with a gang. So basically, people that are affiliated with gangs, they can't suffer emotional distress because they're affiliated with gangs. They're tough, they're rough, they do gang activity, they fought people, they robbed and stole, they've committed gang crimes and activities. They've been a part of a wild, vicious gang. So they can't be painted in a false light. They can't be under emotional distress. That's what Tasha is getting at. She is stating, because you were affiliated with a gang in your past, that you can't suffer from emotional distress. So they need to know that she was a member of a gang. In fact, plaintiff's numerous comments and posts on social media made to people who are critical of her is also relevant to show plaintiff's motive for filing this civil action. Therefore, the jury should get to hear evidence regarding plaintiff's motive, as proving motive is a proper use of otherwise inadmissible character evidence. So what Tasha K is saying, that we need to see how Cardi B acts on social media when people are critical of her. She calls people names, she calls them roaches, she calls them out their name. Kind of like when people asked Tasha K about the lead attorney, and people were saying, Tasha, did you cuss them? Don't ask me about my motherfucking channel. Don't ask me about that shit. I'm not going to lose my goddamn channel. Stop asking me about my motherfucking channel. I'm not going to lose my goddamn channel. Shit. I didn't do shit wrong. I'm motherfucking Tasha K. That motherfucking lead attorney, he like white women. He don't like your motherfucking black asses. Stop asking me about that shit. I'm motherfucking Tasha K. I'm not going to lose my goddamn channel. So similar to how she cussed everybody out and says she's not going to lose her channel, stop asking her about that motherfucking shit. Shut! Stop asking me about my motherfucking channel. Stop asking me about why I did this shit. Tasha, I told you leave Cardi B alone. I told you to leave Cardi B alone. But no, you would not listen. I said leave Cardi B alone. Leave that woman alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone, Tasha. Leave Cardi B alone. I told you to leave Cardi B alone, but you would not listen. You are so hard-headed, Tasha. You would not listen. That is why my mother do not like you now, because you are not a good African wife. You do not listen. You are not a good African wife. Not my wife. No, not my wife. You are not a good African wife. You do not listen. Stop asking me about that shit. What you mean I'm not a good African wife? What you talking about? I'm not a good African wife. I've done everything you asked me to. I said, did you want some cookie? You tell me no. What am I supposed to do? What you want me to do? You don't work. You don't bring no money in this motherfucker. What do you want me to do? You didn't pay the taxes? You said we didn't have to pay taxes. I don't know about this shit. Tasha, you said you were going to do YouTube. You said you needed a company. I said we will call it Kebe Studios. Kebe Studios. It did not have to be about Cardi B. You did this, Tasha. You did it. So basically, through all of this, Tasha is saying that they need to see Cardi B's attitude. Well, honey, I would think that they need to see Tasha K's attitude. She'll go on that backup channel. She goes off. She cuss everybody out. And then what does she do? Delete. After she done realized the next day she done woke up and realize that she fucked up and she done ran and raped. Everybody know where the fuck I live. I live in motherfucking Lawrenceville. Shit, everybody know I live in goddamn Lawrenceville. Shit, who the fuck they think? Who the fuck they think they talk? Everybody know I live in motherfucking Lawrenceville. Shit, I ain't got no motherfucking money. It's all under my sun. I done transfer all the money under my sun. Shit, I done put it all under my son. They think they gonna get some motherfucking money from me. I ain't got a motherfucking penny. Shit, I done put it all in. I done moved it. Shit, in the estate. Shit, I'm broke. I ain't got a motherfucking dime. Tasha. Get your ass. Wake up, Tasha. Wake up. What you want, Shaq? Shit, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. What you want? Tasha, do you see this shit? Do you see this shit that you put on YouTube last night? Your fucking ass, you get drunk and you go up on the YouTube and you tell all of your business. Do you see this shit that you put on YouTube? Get your ass up and delete this shit now. Delete the fucking shit now. Delete it now. Tasha, delete it now. What do you... Shaq. Give me a minute. Tasha, get your ass up out the bed now and delete this shit now. And see, that's what she do. She go on the backup channel, honey. She get drunk. She tell all they motherfucking business and then wonder why Cardi B was able to spank her ass left and right in court. You went on Jesse Wu's channel and said that everybody knows where you live. After you were in this lawsuit, this was right before, mind you, this was right before the summary judgment. Right before the summary judgment when they were scheduled to rule on that. And I was telling y'all, we seen it, we had read it. And we knew what Cardi B was asking for. Judge, take all the videos down. This woman is still out here talking about me from April to October. She's still saying that I've assaulted her, but still, and yet she said that she had to move. She had to get a new house. We have to pay for moving fees. She was scared. The FBI said, well, if you're scared, move. And here it is. She admits on Jesse Wu's channel that everybody know where the fuck I live. And ain't a motherfucker came here yet. Everybody know I live in motherfucking Lawrenceville. Shit, where I come from, ain't nobody gonna fucking announce it. They just gonna motherfucking come. Bitch, now I'm smoking. Y'all see me smoking. I be high. I be high as a motherfucking cat. Y'all don't even know I be high half the time. Because you know I'm a smoker. Bitch, you ain't no motherfucking smoker. Your ass is a drunk and a fool. You run your mouth on camera and you tell all your fucking business, and that is why your entire lawsuit fell apart. Because you told all your business as trying to sue at the same fucking time. Telling your business, Cardi B steady Snapchat me that shit. FaceTime me that shit. DM, bling, bling, DMs just going off. Anytime Tasha K live, DMs just going off. Cardi B, bling, bling, bling. They dropping in Cardi B DM emails. Tasha K live. So as a conclusion, plaintiff is seeking to have the majority of relevant evidence excluded in limine because plaintiff does not wish to be burdened with proving her case. However, plaintiff filed this lawsuit and therefore should be required to meet burden of proof by presenting relevant evidence. And once plaintiff is done presenting her case, the defendants must be permitted to present evidence necessary to their defenses. For all the aforementioned reasons, the court should deny plaintiff's motion in limine or at the very least decline to rule until defendants seek to introduce the evidence during trial. Oh, child, this is just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. As we know, Olga, Tasha paid $14.99 for her. She found her on Craigslist. So this is it's just all a bunch of, words put together on a paper just to make something, just to have something to turn in. This is like when you turn in a book report and you really didn't do the research. You really didn't study. You don't know what the fuck you read. So you just put some shit together to have to turn in real quick. Because we all know she didn't fail. What the fuck is fucking interrogatory? I don't know what the fuck is an interrogatory. I don't know what the fuck is fucking. Just put anything. Just put any motherfucking thing. I don't give a fuck at this point. Just put anything. I don't know what a fucking interrogatory. Bitch, what did I pay you for? What did I pay you for? You don't know. You don't know. You're talking about a motion to suppress. This is an interrogatory, bitch. And you said a motion to suppress. She like, bitch, I don't know. August said, bitch, I'm drunk just like you. Bitch, I had a rough night as well. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck is an interrogatory. Bitch, you know what an interrogatory? Do you know what an interrogatory? Sadiq, do you know what an interrogatory? Sadir, do you know? Because, honey, Sadir, we are still waiting for him. That's Tasha's other attorney. I'm still waiting on Sadir to show up. Will the real Sadir please rise? Rise. Is there a Sadir here? Is Sadir here for Tasha K? Where is Sadir? Judge, well, I'm here, but I don't know shit because nobody asked me for shit. Nobody asked my opinion and nobody asked my advice. So I'm just here. I don't have any paperwork. I don't even know what this case is about. I'm here, though. Yes, I'm here. I'm Sadir. Hello, nice to meet you. However, I have no knowledge about this case because I never was asked to participate. So it's like, honey, I want to see, is Sadir going to show up? Is he going to present any type of defense on behalf of Tasha K? Because they got him as co-counsel, but I've never seen him during the Zoom meetings. He never shows his face. You just see his avatar. And he never speaks. He's just there. Ciao. So now this is Cardi B's response to Tasha's motion in limine. Now this is where things get funny. This is where we start finding out things that Tasha probably did not want people to know. Plaintiff's response to defendant's motion in limine. Plaintiff Bacalus Marlenus Almazar respectfully submits this response to the motion in limine filed by defendants Tasha Kebe and Kebe Studios, LLC. Now, these are the things that they wanted to keep out of, this is what Tasha wanted to keep out of evidence. She wanted it to be not admissible. Kebe Studios being formed as a business conduit for illegal activities. So Kebe Studios says, us forming our business as a cover for our illegal activities has nothing to do with this case, and we should not have that entered. It should not be admissible. So Cardi B's response to that. Oh, Nana, be yourself. Oh my God, Sweet Pea, you are so funny. Here's some Canadian coins. Hashtag Team Cardi. Thank you, Nana, be yourself, for the $10 super chat. Thank you, girl. So, defendants seek to prevent plaintiff from introducing evidence or argument that Kebe Studios was formed for the purpose of conducting illegal activities, namely tax evasion. Now listen up, listen closely. Kebe Studios being formed as a business conduit for illegal activities. Defendants seek to prevent plaintiff from introducing evidence or argument that Kebe Studios was formed for the purpose of conducting illegal activities, namely tax evasion. Contrary to defendants' unfounded allegation, plaintiff's counsel did not speculate, suggest, infer, or state in the second amended complaint or in Kebe's deposition or in the pretrial order that the defendants have committed tax evasion. So they say, and Cardi B and them said, we never said anywhere. We never suggested, we never speculated, we never inferred in any of our paperwork that Tasha Kebe, Kebe Studios, or her husband committed tax evasion. Okay? It says it was Kebe's own husband who testified in his deposition that neither Kebe nor Kebe Studios have ever paid any taxes on income derived from the activities of Kebe and Kebe Studios that are the subject of this lawsuit. The failure to pay personal taxes and relatedly corporate taxes for Kebe Studios is directly relevant to demonstrating that Kebe and her husband have not treated the company as being separate from them as individuals. And indeed, Kebe testified that there was no distinction between herself and her business. Kebe's husband testified to the same thing. Plaintiff does not intend to accuse defendants of tax evasion, but otherwise, this motion should be denied as the testimony is relevant to other issues. I'm going to read that again. The plaintiff, nor did the plaintiff's counsel ever speculate, suggest, infer that Kebe or her husband or their company committed tax evasion. It was Kebe's own husband who testified in his deposition that neither Kebe nor Kebe Studios have paid taxes on income derived from the activities of Kebe and Kebe Studios that are the subject of this lawsuit. The failure to pay personal taxes and relatedly corporate taxes for Kebe Studios is directly relevant to demonstrating that Kebe and her husband have not treated the company as being separate from themselves as individuals. And indeed, Kebe testified that there was no distinction between herself and her business. Kebe's husband testified to the same thing. Moreover, to the extent defendant's motion could be construed more broadly to encompass other evidence, it also should be denied. Plaintiff is entitled to argue that Kebe and Kebe Studios are one and the same, an alter ego, for purposes of being jointly and severally severely liable for the defamatory statements at issue, and the failure to pay either personal or corporate taxes is direct evidence that Kebe and her husband have not minded their corporate formalities, and they have commingled personal and business income. Now, what that sound like to you? This is basically saying that when you have a business, and if you are stating that you are an entertainment conglomerate, Kebe Studios is an entertainment company. You got other people, employees under you. Kebe Studios has Tasha K, Unwind with Tasha K, her YouTube personality. That Kebe Studios, Tasha K, is not an alter ego. That it is separate. Well, no, that is not true. It is one and the same because they have not separated it. They have treated it like it is one and the same. They have treated it like it is a part of them. It is not a business. It is part of their personal finances. So they have not paid taxes on Kebe Studios as a business. It's an LLC. They should have paid taxes. They should have paid taxes on it. You're getting income off of it under YouTube. You're getting YouTube money from Unwind with Tasha K and your Pandora and whatever other endorsements, whatever, promotions, whatever other stuff that you got going on under Kebe Studios. You have not paid business taxes, corporate taxes for Kebe Studios. And in the deposition, they both swore and attested to that fact. So, moreover, Kebe and her husband have not minded their corporate formalities. They have commingled personal and business income. Ensuring the clear separation of corporate and personal activity, particularly in the realm of finance, is one of the most, if not the most important aspect of corporate formalities. There also is nothing improper whatsoever about plaintiff eliciting testimony that Kebe Studios was formed only for the purpose of providing a corporate shield and serves no other independent function. And that's proof right there that that is absolutely what it was formed for. To try to provide a corporate shield, like you can't sue me, you have to sue Kebe Studios. Well, you haven't separated Kebe Studios from yourself. So when I'm suing you, that's why Cardi B sued Kebe Studios as well. Because, oh, now you want to say that Kebe Studios, you weren't properly served under Kebe Studios? Well, boom, we're going to sue Kebe Studios as well. Because now that we found out that you incorporated that, it's an LLC, it's your business, and you're now saying that you've never paid taxes under that LLC, you've always maintained it as a personal liability, you've not separated it out as a business, well then it is part of you. It serves no other function. It's not independent. Kebe's prior arrests and criminal history. Defendants seek to prevent plaintiff from introducing evidence of Kebe's prior arrests and criminal history, noting that the general character of the parties, and especially their conduct in other transactions, are irrelevant matter. We agree and assume based on their position that defendants will not seek to introduce general character evidence concerning plaintiff or object to plaintiff's motion in limine to exclude evidence concerning plaintiff's pending criminal matter. So they're saying that if you're not going to bring up Cardi's criminal, that pending criminal situation she got going on, we're not going to bring up Kebe's prior arrests and criminal history. Well, if I was them, I would have not done that. I wouldn't have given Tasha that break because Tasha wasn't willing to do that for them. You want them to talk about Cardi's past gang affiliations. You want that to be used as a character, character evidence. I would have used her past and her criminal arrest as evidence to show the type of character she has as well. That she's been in jail before, she's been arrested before, that she's a criminal. Same way she wants to make you look to be a gang member and a criminal. So I wouldn't have gave her, this pass, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. Evidence of other claims or lawsuits. Defendants seek to prevent plaintiff from introducing evidence concerning Kebe's receipt of other defamation claims from third parties. However, whether or not defendants discontinued or retracted statements that they published in response to third-party claims and under what circumstances is directly relevant to defendants' improper motives and actual malice in refusing to discontinue and retract their statements about the plaintiff. So basically, this is stating, yep, they want other lawsuits and claims of defamation that other third-party people are also bringing across against Tasha. They want that to be entered as evidence because it shows that she has improper motives and actual malice in refusing to take down and retract the statements about Cardi because she's doing this to other people as well. So as an example, defendants posted graphic claims about a prominent Georgia pastor having an affair with another man. Defendants knew the story were false, but published the story anyway because they found it entertaining and took issue with the pastor taking money from the community. As a result, according to defendants, publishing the defamatory story was a win-win. This evidence is relevant as to defendants' credibility on the issue of actual malice and to demonstrate that defendants are willing to publish false stories for personal and financial motives, including but not limited to spite and greed. This motion should be denied. So basically, they are intending to show videos that depict Tasha talking about a prominent Georgia pastor having an affair with another man and basically saying she knew the story was false, but it was a win-win because she got views, made money. So this will attack Tasha's credibility on the issue of actual malice and demonstrates that she is willing to publish false stories for personal and financial gain. Hey, Schemo, what's up, bro? Yep, Tasha is washed up and she needs to just quit. Absolutely. and I'm on her ass and going to stay on her ass, and I'm going to stay exposing her. Discussions or offers regarding possible compromise. Defendants seek to exclude evidence concerning any offers of compromise between the parties. So Tasha, she doesn't want previous compromise discussions. She wants that excluded. If the two sides have ever talked about a compromise, she wants that excluded. So they're talking about this, saying that Rule 408 prohibits the use of offers of compromise for the purpose of proving liability or to impeach prior inconsistent statements, but permits the use of this evidence for other purposes. Defendants have not cited any specific documents on plaintiff's exhibit lists that are the subject of this motion, or in any way explain their precise concern about how those documents could be used. This motion is not sufficiently particularized and thus should be denied. The only document that plaintiff has identified on her exhibit list that they could have even arguably been referring to is Cardi 0000374A and 0000375A. In this email from Kebe to plaintiff's counsel, which is not marked as a settlement communication and does not reference settlement at all, Kebe admits, I honestly have no idea if those things were true about Cardi B, and indicated that she would take the videos down. Defendants then took down the videos that contained the defamatory statements, but then reposted them only a couple days later, even though she admitted to not knowing for sure whether the statements were true. Even assuming arguendo Rule 408 applies, as noted above, the email was not labeled as a settlement communication, nor was any settlement referenced or discussed at all. Plaintiff can still use this correspondence for another purpose other than proving the validity of plaintiff's claims. So there has been a time during this lawsuit where Tasha, and I told you guys that videos had come down, videos had been moved around, they had been chopped and screwed and diced, that she was going to sneak and take things down without people recognizing. Well, during the course of this lawsuit, here is evidence that behind closed doors, they were doing emails exchange, talking behind the scenes with counsel, and Tasha admitted that she did not know whether this information that she posted in those videos were true. And she honestly had no idea if those things were true about Cardi, and indicated that she would take the videos down. She took the videos down that contained the defamatory statements, but then only days later reposted them, even though she admitted to not knowing for sure whether the statements were true. So that's going to hurt Tasha. That is going to hurt Tasha during the trial, because the jury they're going to say, well, why would you take the videos down? Why would you admit in this email that you did not know for sure and had honestly no idea if these things were true? So you took them down, but then you snuck them back up. Why would you do that? So they're going to use that as evidence. Kebe's counterclaims. Defendants seek to exclude evidence and argument concerning Kebe's dismissed counterclaims. We agree, and defendants should likewise be precluded from objecting to plaintiff's motion in limine to exclude this same evidence, including the over 117 exhibits on their exhibit list that relate solely to these claims. However, defendants have not referenced a single exhibit on plaintiff's exhibit list that is subject to this motion. To the extent defendants are seeking to exclude any of plaintiff's exhibits on this basis, this motion should be denied because it's not sufficiently particularized. So Kebe's counterclaims, they've been thrown out, okay? They've been dismissed. So we shouldn't even enter them in because they're not even in existence. So we don't even need to enter this into, as evidence. There's nothing to enter. Evidence pertaining to Star Marie Jones. Defendants seek to exclude the following evidence concerning Star Marie Jones: her social media posts and interactions, her prior arrests and criminal history, and the judgment and injunction that plaintiff obtained against her regarding the same defamatory statements at issue here. For the following reasons, this motion should be denied. As for the first category, we agree that certain of the social media posts and direct messages by Star Marie Jones should be excluded, and defendants should likewise be precluded from objecting to plaintiff's motion in limine on this ground. However, we cannot appropriately respond to this motion as to any other documents because defendants have not identified the exhibits that are the subject of their motion. For example, to the extent this motion is intended to exclude posts and messages by others regarding Jones, it improperly seeks to exclude relevant evidence, specifically posts and messages from others, debunking Jones's statement that defendants were aware of when they published the defamatory statements are directly relevant to show actual malice. So they're saying, you knew that when you published this, it was not true. So we want to show these messages between you and Jones because it'll indicate that you published this material, these defamatory statements, knowing they were false. So it shows malice. Similarly, as to the second category, Jones's criminal history that was known to defendants when they published the defamatory statements also is relevant to whether it was reasonable for defendants to believe Jones when publishing those statements. As this court aptly noted both during the hearing on plaintiff's motion for summary judgment, motion on and its order on that motion, recognizing that whether Jones was a reliable source and whether it was reasonable for Kebe to rely on her representations are questions that the jury will need to resolve. Kebe has admitted that she knew Jones had quite a criminal past before she published the defamatory statements by Jones, which is directly relevant to actual malice. So you knew that this woman had a criminal past. You knew that she may not have been a reliable source. However, you published these statements anyway. Finally, as to the third category, the judgment and injunction that plaintiff obtained against Jones regarding many of the same defamatory statements at issue in this case is plainly relevant to this matter. It would be prejudicial to plaintiff for the jury to believe that she brought claims against defendants while not bringing claims against Jones, possibly suggesting that this lawsuit was improperly motivated or that the liability of Jones remains unresolved, or incorrectly assume that those claims have been resolved in favor of Jones. The alleged prejudice claimed by defendants in their motion can readily be addressed with a limiting instruction that makes clear to the jury that the judgment and injunction in that other case cannot be used to find liability in this case. So Jones is off of this lawsuit, but Cardi won a judgment and injunction against Jones regarding many of the same defamatory statements that are at issue in this case. So it would be prejudicial to the plaintiff for the jury to believe that she brought claims against Tasha but did not bring claims against Jones, possibly suggesting that the lawsuit was improperly motivated or that the liability of Jones remains unresolved. So it's not unresolved, and it's not that it was resolved in the favor of Jones. It's just that Jones was removed because there was already a judgment and injunction found in the favor of Cardi B against Jones. So they need to enter that information and those messages and paperwork regarding that injunction and judgment so that the jury would not think that, oh, you didn't file a lawsuit against Jones, but you did against Tasha. So anything that shows that judgment, injunction, and what went on with that and those statements that Jones made, as it pertains to Cardi, they need to let the jury see it and they need to enter it as evidence. Personal experiences or beliefs of plaintiff's counsel. Defendants seek to exclude arguments from plaintiff's counsel about their personal experiences or beliefs. We agree with the general principle and that it applies equally to defendants' attorneys. However, this motion should be denied To the extent defendants are suggesting that plaintiff's counsel cannot argue that the jury should draw certain conclusions from the evidence. Lawyer as a witness. Defendants seek to exclude any testimony from plaintiff's attorneys, citing Rule 3.7 of the Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct. As an initial matter, there is no basis whatsoever to prohibit the undersigned counsel from providing testimony. They're saying, child, we are going to testify if we have to. Defendants specifically reference two other categories of possible testimony. Testimony from attorney Lisa Moore regarding the alleged medical records, and testimony from attorney Sarah Matz regarding the results of a Google search she conducted during Kebe's deposition. As to the medical records, Ms. Moore's testimony would only be necessary as to the authentication and only to the extent not already addressed by the certificate of authenticity for the records. Addressing this potential testimony at this point is therefore premature because it is unclear whether the limited authentication testimony could reasonably be contested. Basically, as to the second category, Ms. Matz conducted a Google search during the deposition using the same search terms Kebe testified to using as part of her supposed investigation into whether or not a video of a woman committing a debasing act with a beer bottle actually depicted the plaintiff. So the attorney did a Google search, just like Tasha did a so-called Google search. So Tasha does not want that attorney, Miss Matz, who did the Google search, she doesn't want her testimony to be admissible because that lawyer is going to get up there and say that I did a Google search similar to what you're saying you did, Miss Kebe, and nothing came up showing Cardi B. Nothing came up. So she doesn't want that entered. She doesn't think that that is admissible. This motion should be denied, Cardi B's team is saying. This should be admissible. It should be allowed. Proving the contents of writings, recordings, or photographs. Defendants seek to prohibit plaintiff from asking Kebe about statements she made in her videos and social media posts without playing the videos or showing the posts in their entirety. Defendant's motion is governed by Rule 106, which provides if a party introduces all or part of a writing or recorded statement, an adverse party may require the introduction at that time of any other part or any other writing or recorded statement that in fairness ought to be considered at the same time. Rule 106 only applies when a written or recorded statement is admitted into evidence or in limited circumstances when a document is used in such a way that is tantamount to introduction of the document itself. So then it talks about United States versus Santos. Like I told you, they always reference a case when this argument that they're trying to make, is referenced. It would be defendant's burden to show in each instance that the use of a statement invokes Rule 106. And if it does, that additional portions of the video or a social media post are necessary to qualify, explain, or place such statement into context. Defendants are seeking to bypass their burden altogether by mandating that plaintiffs show the jury dozens of entire videos, most of which are longer than an hour, and social media posts whenever defendants' defamatory statements are raised. This gets things exactly backwards. Defendants must first demonstrate that Rule 106 applies to the elicited testimony and that certain portions are necessary to provide context. Furthermore, Rule 106 only addresses the timing of this evidence. Even if defendants cannot satisfy this burden, they could still introduce other portions of these documents on cross-examination or their own direct examination of witnesses. In addition, requiring plaintiff to play each of the hours-long videos that contain the defamatory statements in their entirety whenever such statements are referenced will result in an arduous presentation of evidence. will severely hamper plaintiff's ability to present her case, and will significantly and unnecessarily extend the length of the trial and needlessly burden the parties, this court, and the jury. Plaintiff should be permitted to put on her case in the way she fits, and then defendants can put on their case in the way they see fit. There is simply no basis for addressing these issues in advance as a motion in limine. In fact, we are extremely concerned giving defense counsel's unreasonable refusal to stipulate to dozens of statements publicly made by defendants in their own videos that defense counsel are attempting to make this trial as lengthy, confusing, and vexing to the jury as possible, and in the process waste precious judicial resources. This motion should be denied. So they're saying Tasha's side wants to play out these entire videos. She wants all of the goddamn videos that were where Tasha's making these defamatory statements. She wants to play the entire video in full instead of just the parts where she makes the statements. All the jury needs to see is when you made these statements. They don't need to see the entire video. So what Cardi B's team is arguing is that that would confuse the jury. It'll make it a longer trial than necessary, waste financial resources of the state when we don't need to see all of the hour-long video. We don't need to see Fuckery Fridays in their entirety. We don't need to see you get up there on the Wino Gang podcast and go crazy for an hour and 2 hours. We need to just focus on the points where you made the statements. But like the lawyers are pointing out, that would make the jury confused. It would make them say, fuck this shit, hell with this shit, and want to just say not guilty, guilty, or whatever, rule in whatever favor, just so they can get the hell up out of there. So that's their strategy. They want to be able to play these hour-long fucking videos. We don't need to see that because it doesn't put those statements in context. Those videos have different segments where you are talking about different shit. Exactly, Schemo. She just trying to waste time. And like Lynn said, yeah, because you wasted my tax dollars too. Stalling until the end. Exactly, Schemo. Stalling. So they like, no, we don't need to do any of that. We just need to focus on the fucking nasty messages, the nasty points, the nasty degrading comments that you made about Cardi B. Let us see that. Let us see that character. Let us see her in action. We don't need to see the rest of that other shit. We don't need the jury to try to, oh, she's funny. Oh, she's cute. Oh, look what she had. We don't need none of that. They don't need to be connecting to Tasha K. They need to see the vile, disgusting things that she said, and we need to see those over and over. We need to see 117 of those statements. So we need to just flip to that. They need to just put it all together, and they're going to say, God damn, she said that shit 117 times. Herpes B, Simplex B, oh, motherfucking bitch. Offset cheated on Cardi. Cardi cheated on Offset. Over and over, and she put a beer bottle, minus that beer bottle, Cardi B, Offset, Cardi B, Offset, cheated on Cardi B, Offset, Cardi B. They're going to say, God damn. Over and over and over, she was harassing. So if they play it all out, you won't just see those points, and it won't look so egregious. You feel me? Medical opinion by lay witness. Defendants seek to preclude plaintiff from testifying regarding the cause of her psychological diagnosis and treatment with Dr. Sherry Blake and the results of her medical screenings. The federal rules of evidence do not preclude plaintiff from testifying about her symptoms and the cause of those symptoms that gave rise to her diagnosis by a mental health professional. Plaintiff is also clearly allowed to testify to the fact that she went and got tested at the UCLA Medical Center, the aliases she used in connection with the test to protect her privacy, and the results of those tests. This motion should be denied. Now remember, I told you, I knew that those names were aliases. So remember in the previous video, Tasha's argument here is that Dr. Sherry Blake should not be allowed to testify about Cardi B's psychological diagnosis because the names provided on these medical records were Elizabeth Chambers and Bonnie Crown. Those were aliases by Cardi B. Of course they were. She did not want the people working there to know that they were her tests, that they were her results. So she used an alias, and I told you that. She used an alias so that people would not get that information and release it to the blogs. So why should this evidence be excluded? This is direct evidence to prove that she don't got HPV or herpes. Why would they even exclude? Why would you think that they would exclude that dummy? Girl, you're about as slow as they come. Slow as a slug. Dumb as a doorknob. They're not going to allow the testimony of Cardi B stating that she went to UCLA and got tested. And the medical professional should not be allowed to state that she was at UCLA and was tested. And her psychological conditions, all of the stress, the anxiety that was caused by these crazy ass winos, Tasha K dragging her every day, Tasha K putting out lies about her every day, that should be excluded from testimony as well. Why? Why would that be excluded? That needs to be told to the jury so they know what is actually at stake here. What actually was consequences for all these fucking lies that were told. Introduction of medical records. Defendants seek to exclude the medical records produced. First, defendants argue that plaintiff cannot rely on the medical records because they are under the names Elizabeth Chambers and Bonnie Crown. These are aliases used by plaintiff to protect the privacy of medical test results. She is entitled to explain that to the jury. So what Tasha tried to say was that these were records of someone else, that Cardi B actually used Elizabeth Chambers and Bonnie Crown. These are actually two people. And she used their test results and turned them in as evidence and passed them off as her own. Are you fucking kidding me? You really think that this woman would commit perjury and use somebody else's test results? This is actually Cardi B. It's just an alias. She is a celebrity. And I'm pretty sure they can prove that it was Cardi B. They have some other way and other means of showing backup to the jury that it was actually Cardi B. Celebrities do that all of the time. They use aliases all the time. Second, defendants argue that the records are incomplete, but they are not. We have previously explained this to defendants' counsel, and the certification we provided to defendants pursuant to Federal R Evidence 902 or whatever. The entirety of the medical records were provided to defendants the very day they were provided to plaintiffs' counsel by UCLA. The fact that no other records exist, which have been confirmed multiple times with Dr. Grisales and her team at UCLA, in no way negates or is grounds for exclusion of the complete records that were timely produced. Ash Yeet, her comment says, wait a minute, where did you get all this information from anyway? Ash Yeet, these are public documents, court records that are logged into PACER. PACER is the official court, I guess you want to say, document, when you want to get court documents for any case in the United States, you can go on to PACER. As you know, court cases, they are public record. So anyone can look up court documents. So this isn't illegal. This is not protected. Things that they don't want disseminated to the public, they're actually sealed. So there are documents in this case that are sealed. We don't have the actual medical records, so those we will not be looking at because those are actually sealed. So, but things like this, the actual depositions, the motions, these are viewable to the public because it's public record. Okay? So yeah, public record. Court documents are public record. Third, they argue that these records cannot be authenticated, but plaintiff has provided defendants with a certificate pursuant to Fed R Evidence 902. It should also be noted that defendant's attorneys had every opportunity to depose plaintiff and ask her about these records, or issue a subpoena to UCLA, or depose Dr. Grisales or a custodian of records at UCLA. They did none of those things, and now should not be heard to complain about their own failure to prosecute diligently the defense of this case. So basically, should be denied, because if you wanted these records, if you wanted these, something that you say we should now not enter in because you didn't get a chance to look at it, you were given a copy, and I know that that's true. Anything that was entered into exhibit or evidence on PACER or entered into the court, that was sent to the opposing counsel. The defense attorneys have it. So anything that Cardi B's team entered in as part of this case, the defense attorneys was sent as well. They were sent copies. And if they weren't, they could ask for it. Reference to motion in limine. Defendants seek to exclude any reference to this motion in limine. We agree that the parties not reference their respective motions in limine. Whatever. Okay, so that's both sides. You know, both sides have reasons why one wants to enter motion in limine and one wants certain things excluded. But what I don't understand with Tasha K, the herpes and the HPV, as well as the anxiety and the stress that you caused, these two medical professionals, what would make you think that they would exclude that evidence? That is vital to the case. What would make you think that they would say, yep, we're going to rule on that and we are not going to allow that evidence? It proves that what you said was false, and you knew what you said was false when you said it. When you said these things, it was out of malice. You knew it was false when you made these statements. So I don't understand how anyone could think that it would be remotely possible for the judge to agree that medical results to a HPV and herpes test would be excluded. And that you would think a judge or jury would believe that Cardi B used someone else's medical records. And we know that HPV, herpes, those are viral conditions. Those are viral diseases that remains in your bloodstream. So if you've ever had it, it will be in your bloodstream and it will be able to be located. It is a viral condition. Herpes does not go away. That is something that once you get it, you are stuck with it. So once you enter into contact with herpes, you might not have an outbreak, and you might be able to control the outbreaks, and people won't be able to see them. They might not be visible, but it is detected by the blood. It is protected because it is a virus. It is detected because it is viral. So I don't know what, Tasha, like, girl, we knew that you was losing, you lost, we knew that. But this, I mean, tax evasion, y'all sat up there in the goddamn deposition and Tasha, we did not, we ain't shit, why you telling we ain't filed taxes? Now they gonna fucking the feds. I said Sean Davy Wade had a PPP. Now the motherfucking feds gonna be after us. Why the fuck would you tell them that we didn't file taxes? What is wrong with you? Tasha, I don't know. I don't know nothing. It's your fault, bitch. I told you to leave Cardi B alone. I said to leave her alone. I said, Tasha, leave Cardi B alone. But you would not leave Cardi B alone. You would not leave Cardi B alone. How the fuck? Why would you tell these people we did not pay taxes? I already got to pay $75K. Why would you tell these people that we did not pay taxes? Shit! Get your ass in here! Read this motherfucker. What does this shit say? This shit says that we did not pay motherfucking taxes. Did you tell these people that? Did you tell them that shit? Did you say that Don't be yelling at me. Don't be yelling at me. You're the one that do the motherfucking videos. Don't be yelling at me. I just run the computer. All I know is the computer. I only know the computer. I don't know anything about a Cardi B. All I know is the computer. I don't know anything about Cardi B. All I know is about the computer. In the computer program. I told you, Kebe Studios, you said you wanted a company. Okay, Tasha, you said you want. I said we could put it in Kebe Studios. In my country, we don't pay taxes. I don't know anything about it. Well, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. I'm just gonna fuck it all. I'm gonna lose every motherfucking thing. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck this shit. I'm getting the fuck off YouTube. This bitch done fucking embarrassed me. She done took me down in front of every fucking body. Fuck this shit. Fuck fucking Sweet Pea Diaries. This bitch doing videos. She tell people every fucking update. This bitch got a video about every fucking update. I'm sick of fucking Sweet Pea. This bitch got a fucking video every week. I'm done. I'm fucking done. This fucking Sweet Pea, she told everybody, bitch. She told everybody about this lawsuit. I couldn't get away with shit. I fucking hate Sweet Pea. Fuck a Sweet Pea Diaries. Who the fuck is that bitch? What's her fucking name, Shaq? Go in there and do a background check on that bitch. What's her fucking name? Dox that bitch. What's her fucking name? I want to know her fucking name. What's her fucking number? Where the fuck does she live at? Do she got any motherfucking lawsuits? Do she got any motherfucking backgrounds? Fucking shit, I'm done. You can't find shit on that bitch. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm done. I just knew it would be something. I knew it would be something about that bitch. I can't find shit. Fuck a Sweet Pea Diaries. Transrena. Tasha K. Girl, bitch. Cardi B tore your ass up. But see, Tasha, this is what you get when you let your pride get the best of you. Cardi B gave her an opportunity to remove those videos. Cardi B asked her, take the videos down. You know, her attorneys, they sent Tasha K communication asking that the videos be removed. You know, they gave her time. They gave her chances before they filed this lawsuit. But here's Tasha K. I'm motherfucking Tasha K. Don't nobody tell me to. Bitch, you come on my motherfucking channel. You come on my motherfucking channel and give me a motherfucking interview, bitch. And Cardi B said, bitch, who the fuck you think? Bitch, I am not going on no motherfucking YouTube channel. Who the fuck does she think she talking to? Who's the fuck is a Tasha K? Who the fuck is Tasha? Who the fuck is another YouTuber? Is that a YouTuber? Who the fuck is a Tasha K? Bitch, take that shit down. Take that motherfucker. All I know is you better take that shit down. Fuck that shit. Culture, get that chicken foot out your mouth. Get that chicken foot out your mouth. You better take that motherfucking video down, bitch. That's all I know. Or I'm going to that's fuck it. You don't want to take it down? Bitch, I'm going to take you for all you got, bitch. You don't want to take it down? Bitch, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I told you to take that shit down. I gave you chances. I told you to, bitch. I see, I'm a all right bitch. But when you fuck with me, I'm all about my family. When you fuck with me, I am all about my family. When you fuck with me, that's it, bitch. That's it, bitch. I'm gonna be motherfucking coming for you. Fuck that motherfucker girl. Who the fuck is that Herpes B? Motherfucking Slim Pegs B. Herpes B. Who the fuck does she think she motherfucking talking to? I'm motherfucking Tasha K. Bitch, I got motherfuckers. I'm pushing 1 million motherfucking subscribers. Bitch, she was talking all that motherfucking shit in the beginning. I'm motherfucking Tasha K. Who the fuck is the Herpes B? Motherfucker Offset cheating on Cardi B. Motherfucker Offset got a baby. Motherfucker Offset got another baby. Motherfucker Offset, motherfucker Cardi B. Motherfucker Cardi B. That bitch thinks she cute. That bitch got a motherfucker. Why you suing me, Cardi? Why you suing me, Cardi? I was just playing, bitch. I knew I was just playing. It wasn't true. I knew it. I knew it wasn't true. I knew it. I knew it wasn't true. Bitch, I told you. It's no use to crying now. It's no use to crying now. I told you. I told you to take them down, but you did not take them down. Offset. Fire up the let's go. We're going to the Dominican. Come on, Hennessy. Everybody get on that plane. Come on, Hennessy. Come on, Katja. Let's go. Katja, get your Birkin. Get your Birkin and put your Barbie dolls in it. Let's go. Tasha, how the fuck you gonna pay Cardi B? Bitch, how are you going to pay Cardi B? How are you going to pay your motherfucking taxes? 2018, it is 2021, bitch. You know the feds, they usually give you about 3 years. They usually give you about 3 years. They usually give you about 3 years, honey. So it's coming up on that time. You busy tagging the feds and everybody else's shit. Bitch, tag the feds in your own goddamn shit. Tag the feds. I don't see you tagging the motherfucking feds for this story, bitch. Everybody tag @feds on Instagram. Tag the feds in my story. Tasha K did not pay her motherfucking taxes on Kebe Studios, LLC. Kebe Studios, LLC, no motherfucking taxes. No taxes, no taxes. No motherfucking taxes. You don't get, did you get a rebate? Did you get the PPP? Honey, and it would not surprise me if Tasha didn't have her hand in a goddamn PPP loan or some type of, loan, small business loan with this goddamn Kebe Studios. And here it is. She hasn't even been paying any taxes on it. But she's always talking about she's legit and it's a business and she has a certified legit business. Now got a fucking website, Tasha K Live, wanting people to pay money for a subscription to a website, child. You better hope that's legit. Do you own that domain name? Did y'all pay for that? So, honey, when you got your LLC and you got forming these companies, you got to make sure your business is right. Because it will come back to haunt your ass. And not you putting your foot in your own goddamn mouth. Shaq up there during the deposition telling people that y'all have not paid taxes. Now, what would make his mouth run like that? What would make his mouth run like that? You stood up there during your deposition and told these people, admitted that you did not pay taxes, and then you want to try to put it off on Cardi B and her lawyers, saying that they're going to try to say that you guys formed this company as a way to funnel money and commit tax fraud. Your illegal activities. You guys admitted this. Cardi B, her team, they haven't said anything about it. You told on yourself. Child. So, all I know here at the Sweet Pea Diaries, every time there's an update, bitch, we coming with it. We coming with every goddamn update. And let me show you guys my merch that came in the mail today. So you guys know that we going on a field trip. We're going on a field trip. We are going down there to the trial. We are going on a road trip. Well, our moderator, my assistant moderator, Lynn, she making sure your girl is going in style, honey. Look at this merch. Because I will be out there that first day. I'm going to be out there, honey. We're going to get a glimpse of Tasha K and Cardi B going into, we're going to be out there like the press, honey. We're going to have our press pass. Look at this. Honey, Team Barty, yes, ma'am. Team Barty, honey. Team Barty, yes, ma'am. Team Barty, yes, ma'am. Team Barty, Team Barty. Honey, look at this shirt. Team Barty, Team Barty. Team Barty, and the back, honey, says the Sweet Pea Diaries. Yes. So we're going to pull up in style, honey. We will be pulling up in style. Team Barty, of course, we'll have it. I have it fixed better. I have my hair, hanging down in the back. I have it more pulled back and just, have that hanging back. And, honey, Team Barty in our shirt. Yes, Team Barty. With the Sweet Pea Diaries. Yes. Lynn making sure we are going to be standing out there in style, honey. We're going to be out there in style because I got to get a glimpse of Miss Olga. I got to see, is this really real? Is this really real? We got to see if that is really real. So what do you guys think? Let me know. What are you guys talking about in the comments? I mean, what do you guys think about Shaq making that disclosure during his deposition that they have never paid taxes? Kebe Studios, they have never paid business taxes. So basically, it's a personal liability. They have not separated themselves, their personal affairs, from their business. Kebe Studios, does that make it a business? Is it a legit LLC? Is it a legit company? If there's never been any taxes paid? I mean, yeah, it's formed, it's an LLC, but there's no taxes paid. So it's a legit business, but honey, you owe some taxes. You owe some money. But still, and yes, she got time to be on YouTube, dragging people, being in other people's business. She got time to be trolling Cardi B and Offset and their family. She got time to be trolling them when she owe taxes. When her business, they ain't filed no taxes. You got time to be trolling a celebrity who's got millions of dollars. Her affairs are in order. You got time to be trolling them, but you ain't got time to be paying your taxes. Girl, you need to get yourself together. You need to get yourself together. So, oh, guys. Yep, she doesn't learn from her mistakes, and it's going to cost her and her children. Never mess with Uncle Sam. I'm telling you. Check throwing his wife under the bus so he can escape. Karma is a mother. He heard he's under oath, and he started chirping like a bird, right? They said, now remember, you under oath. Cardi B, don't listen. I didn't tell her to do it. Just I did not. I told that bitch to stop her shit. Say, I'm from Africa. We don't do it. We don't do it. We don't do it. I'm from Africa. We work. All we do is work. We want money. I've got other wives. Okay, but I've got other wives. This bitch, she's a nobody. She's nothing to me. I got other wives. Okay, my life is in Africa. My life is in Africa. Shaq, what the fuck you telling these motherfuckers? What you say? I heard you, bitch. What you say? Listen, I have another wife. I have other wives, okay? This bitch, I know nothing. I told her to leave Cardi B alone. I said, leave Cardi B alone. But no, she don't listen. She's hard-headed, Judge. She's hard-headed. She no listen. She no wife. She don't listen. She's hard-headed. She no listen. Yeah, Ashley, did you want some cookie? Ashley, do you want some cookie? You said no! No! You don't want no cookie. Who you getting it from, Shaq? Who you getting it from? You don't want my cookie. Who you getting it from? Tasha, I told you to leave Cardi B alone. But you did not. Now we have no money. So I have to go. Where do you think they get the money? Where do you want me to get the money from? Now me have to go and we have to find another wife. Me have to go and we have to get the money. We need the money. We have no money. I have to find the wife. We have no money. I have to find the wife. It's the French accent and the African from me. Honey, the Shaq is African. I told you to leave Cardi B alone. You said you was a cookie. I'm your wife. It was your birthday. I wanted to give you some cookie. I asked you, did you want some cookie? And you said no. I don't want no cookie. You want some cookie? Shaq? You want some cookie? No. Not really. No. I mean, what husband turns his wife down knowing she's on live? You want some cookie? It's your birthday. You want some birthday cookie? No. Not really. Put that shit up. Matter of fact, I'm going out. I'll be back. I'm going out. I'll be back. Go ahead. Go drink. Go in the closet and drink. I'll be back. Go drink your wine. I'll be back. Go drink your wine. Go talk to Storm. I'll be back. Stop! Did you light the motherfucking candles? I done lost my motherfucking lawsuit. I thought you lit the fucking candles. Tasha, I'm trying. It only works for me. Now you know I'm the celebrity doctor. She needed to use the Pangea in her mouth and not the cookie, right? He couldn't even hide the disgust in her face. Who's the motherfucking Sweet Pea Diaries? This bitch do a video every fucking week. She know all my fucking business. She get all my fucking court. She done put all the court documents there every fucking where. I can't get away from this fucking case. Who is this fucking bitch? Who is Sweet Pea? Who is a fucking Sweet Pea Diary? Fuck you, fucking Sweet Pea. Fuck you, bitch. You didn't have to do me like that, bitch. You didn't have to do me like that. You just got your ass up here on YouTube. You didn't have to do me like that, bitch. You could have showed me some motherfucking respect. You motherfucking Sweet Pea. Now listen, bitch. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you could have showed me a motherfucking respect. Because I've been doing this shit longer than you, bitch. I got almost a motherfucking million subscribers. Okay? Bitch, you could have shown me some motherfucking love, bitch. But that's how black women. It's the black women for me. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Dover girl. Fucking Sweet Pea. Fuck you, bitch. You putting all my motherfucking business all out on YouTube. My motherfucking documents is every motherfucking where. Fuck you, Sweet Pea. Fuck you, bitch. That's okay, bitch, because you're gonna get yours, bitch. You're gonna get yours, bitch. And I'm gonna be right motherfucking there, bitch. I'm on your ass, bitch. Trust me. Don't you make a motherfucking move, Sweet Pea. Because I'm on your ass, bitch. Oh, I'm on your ass, bitch. I'm on your ass, motherfucker. That's right, bitch. This always the light-skinned bitches for me. That's what it is, bitch. It's always these motherfucking light-skinned bitches with curly hair, bitch. They think they motherfucking better than everyone. Bitch, I know that's a motherfucking Jerry curl in your fucking hair, bitch. You think you fooling some motherfucker, but that's a motherfucking Jerry curl in your fucking hair, bitch. I know it is, bitch. You could have fucking gave me some fucking love, bitch. But you came up here on this bitch. You said, fuck Tasha. You said, fuck a motherfucking Tasha K. Bitch, I could have helped you with your videos. I could have helped you with your shit. Bitch, I don't need your motherfucking help. My motherfucking name is Sweet Pea Diaries. I don't need your help, bitch. I just go on YouTube and research my shit. I don't need your help, Tasha. Now what? Bitch, these goddamn, you told everybody you was winning the lawsuit. You said you swore on your kids. So, you know, quite naturally, I owed it to the people to show them that you was not winning the lawsuit. So, you know, I just did my job. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. You ain't have to do me like that, bitch. You did not have to do me like that. I don't give a fuck what you say. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck Armand. Fuck a motherfucking Sean Davy. What? Fuck all you bitches. I'm the queen of YouTube. That's right. Yes, me, bitch. Me. I made all this. If it wasn't for me, none of y'all would be doing celebrity gossip. Fuck y'all bitches. Yes, Ciandri, the only reason I said that is because that's what she said about me in a video, honey. She said that the light-skinned woman with the Jerry curl. Yes, I didn't call myself that. It is her words. Yes. Yes, honey. Light-skinned with a Jerry curl. That's what she said about me. So wasn't me calling myself that. That was her words. Yes, Miss Ciandra Davis. Yeah, you heard that though, didn't you, girl? You pointed that out, huh? Didn't you, girl? Ciandra. It's just comedy and it's just banter. We just going back and forth. Light skin. Light skin. Bitch, you're not light skin. You're brown. Bitch, I know. Calm down. Calm down, ma'am. That's Tasha's words, okay? Not mine. Light skin. Bitch, you're not light skin. What'd you say? Ciandra said, bitch, you're not light skin. You're not light skin. Where you light skin? Ciandra, you ain't light skin, Sweet Pea. Bitches, always these bitches, brown skin bitches talking about they light skin. Okay, girl. Okay, girl, you can be light skin. You can be light skin. All right, you guys, I love you. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. You guys be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And we out of this motherfucker. Good night, Tasha. Bye, bitch. Good night, Transrena.